Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here with a blog to watch. Today we review the Spinnaker Fleuss Automatic 40 Seconde 2024 edition watch. Wow, that's a lot in a title. Let me explain what this is. So Spinnaker worked with Seconde. Seconde is, I'll call it a designer based in Paris that does collaborations with brands where he takes a watch and he uses a pun or something funny to make a little bit of a twist. They're usually very well done. And Spinnaker had a watch which was an homage of the Blancpain 50 Fathoms. And Seconde said, let's make a joke and call it the 50 Phantoms. So they created a watch that had 50 little ghosts on the dial. And the first versions were reviewed on a blog to watch. It was a black version as well as a blue version. And they came in a larger 42mm wide case. The 2024 edition of the watch continues the theme, makes a couple of changes, offers a magenta purple color palette, reduces the case size to 40mm wide, and it also looks at a slightly different historic version of the 50 Fathoms. There's two versions of this dial, and they're completely different. First is what they call the classic dial, which is this one, which has 50 loom painted ghosts on the dial. And then there's one called the no apps style. No apps, what does that mean? Well, that stands for no apparitions, which is no ghosts. That one actually has one apparition on the dial. It looks like a warning sign because the original ones that they were inspired by were the no rads dials, which means no radiation. They were trying to say the luminous material on the dial was not radioactive. So they changed that from the no rads dial to the no apps dial, and rather than have a radiation sign with an X through it, there's a little ghost with a line through it. And the 50 ghosts are in the bezel on the no apps dial version of this watch. Very esoteric and weird, funny, but I kind of joke with others on the blog to watch team that if you are not a watch enthusiast, the humor here is lost on you. You can appreciate this is pretty and fun, but some of the details just don't make a lot of sense, which I think is kind of part of the fun. So let's look at that. Spinnaker, unsurprisingly, is releasing this version, as they did others around Halloween, because this is, I guess, as close as you can get to a Halloween watch. It's got the little ghosts on the dial there. The loom shot is very, very fun because the colors are different and the intensity is different, and it gives the perspective that the ghosts are sort of at different distances, so it's more of a three-dimensional effect. You turn the watch over and you can see there the Miyota automatic movement. And there's another ghost right there. And then the automatic rotor, if you look really closely, it says Horrormatic. And there's like blood, like it's a guillotine knife or something like that, which is cutting somebody. I know, it's all very out there, but that's the watch. In the 40mm wide size, I actually believe that it wears a little bit better from a proportional standpoint. I like a 42mm watch, but this particular case shape, in my opinion, looks better in the 40mm wide size. Sapphire crystal box style over the dial, mineral crystal over the univectoral rotating bezel there, and it's a 150 meter water resistant, steel cased dive style watch. When I first saw this watch, I thought that the purple was actually going to be a little bit more of a burgundy red, but it is a purple. And as I said earlier, this is a magenta purple. I looked at magentas, which come in a few shades, and this is magenta. I say that because this is very much a watch for men or women. I think they wanted to make a smaller size that women could wear and a color that was very feminine. You could get away with a man, but this is a shade of purple, which I like for men's watch, which definitely airs a little bit on the feminine side, but that's okay. It's fun. There's two versions of the dial. Each is limited to, I think, 888 pieces, but they say, Spinnaker says that they reserve the right to make a second batch, which could look the same, won't be called the 2024 edition, would be called something else, though I think they would make a couple of changes as they did with the original of the 50 Phantoms watches. The specific name for this, again, is the Spinnaker Fleuss Automatic 40 Seconde 2024 edition with the classic 50 Phantoms dial. Retail price is not very much. It's quite affordable, $445. And you can see the full review on theblog2watch.com. Thanks.